What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I'll be reviewing episode 242 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, titled Seiren. Now, this episode, basically, it was focused on the attack of the island that they were on, that Boruto Kagura, or shall I say Boruto, Team 7, Team Kagura, and Team 5 were on. And, Seiren, she was trying to go get her brother back, but also she was trying to kill Boruto and capture Kagura because she thought Kagura would be a good bargaining chip. So they wanted to capture him alive, maybe to use him as a hostage, and in order to demand some things from the Hidden Mist Village, since he seems to be a pretty high up shinobi in the Hidden Mist Village, very trusted by the Mizukage and stuff like that. The battle between the Funita and the Hidden Mist Village seemed like it's about to get started as well, because at the start of the episode, it showed Chojuro basically telling Asuri and the Funita clan to surrender because they have no chance at winning. Asuri seemingly laughed that off, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be surrendering. And there was a bunch of boats faced off against each other, so it seems like that battle is going to get started. It probably already started, but it didn't start in this episode, or at least we didn't see it in this episode, the battle between the Funita and the Hidden Mist Village. But this episode, it started off with that. And also, Ichigo noticed that the Hidden Mist Village, that the Funita were seemingly getting ready to attack. Sarada basically told them that they should get ready to go back to the Hidden Mist Village. And Boruto decided to stay and basically get some, Sarada said they should go back to the log. But yeah, Boruto decided to stay back and basically do his own thing pretty much. He thought it was weird that Seiren was using his black mist jutsu, and Boruto thought that was pretty weird. And we had Aikida, he was basically, it seemed like he was doing something, drawing some boats or something like that. And he was basically thinking that his sister doesn't understand how he feels. And then we had these leeches from I believe it was Fumaushi's jutsu. These leeches that once they suck the blood of their target, they gain control over them to some extent. And Buntan got caught with it, as well as Kawaki. And yeah, and then Seiren, she started to attack Boruto. And yeah, so also we Team 5 was fighting off some of the people who was getting controlled by it as well. And even Metal Lee came in and saved Heavy Ichigo from one of the guys who was being controlled by that leech jutsu. And Fumaushi, he attacked Kagura, and they had a brief little fight, and he mentioned during the fight that Boruto's most likely in the afterlife because Seiren has never missed her target. And then Kagura ended up defeating Fumaushi, and then he ran to go help Boruto. And Boruto was fighting Seiren, who uses this long-range arrow jutsu, which she combines with a echo sound in order to locate her opponent. So she basically combines the arrow jutsu that she uses, that arrow technique that she uses, she combines it with a sensory-like technique that's similar to bats and dolphins, where they can locate their target based on the sounds of echoes. Boruto got hurt by one of the arrows, but Kagura came in and helped him. And Kagura basically said that the chakra seemed to be disrupted in Boruto's arm where he got hit by the arrow at. So maybe the arrow basically drains chakra of whoever it hits or something like that. And then after Boruto, and then basically Kagura decided to try to fight Seiren. He was unsuccessful, and he ended up getting. It was basically revealed that Seiren, she has I believe she has two or three strings. I think it's 3 strings on her arrow. And with one of her strings, one of them she uses for the echo to sense her opponents. But another one of her strengths she uses to basically redirect her arrows. So basically, once she fires her arrow, she can basically make it move in midair and basically use telekinesis on it to make it go to a different location where she wants it to go. It's a very cool technique, and yeah, it was very cool seeing her fight in this episode. Boruto eventually realized though that since it's raining and it's thunder out, that's gonna disrupt her ability to sense them using the echoes. So he decided that would be the best time to attack, and Kagura decided he'll be the decoy, and they used that thunder to their advantage. And Kagura ended up being able to defeat Seiren by basically cutting her down. He really Boruto was the one who was trying to go after her, but while Boruto was going after her, Kagura was able to sneak up on her and slash her with his sword, and that basically ended the fight right there. And then Fumuushi came in, he got Seiren and took her away. He used like a water wall to try to buy him some time, and then he took her away. And yeah, that was the case with that. So Seiren was defeated, and she put up a pretty good fight against Boruto and Kagura, though. It was a 2v1. Boruto and Kagura ended up going back to where everybody else was, and Kagura asked Hebeiichigo, Kyoho, and Buntan to help him locate the enemy. And Hebeiichigo seemed surprised that she was asked to help out as well, because even in this episode, she was still trying to kill Kagura while he was fighting Fumuushi. So, she was trying to kill him, but then one of those shinobi who was being controlled by the leech pretty much got in her way, and then Metal Lee came in and saved her. So she seemed surprised that Kagura would ask for her help. Now, the thing is, Kagura, his whole reason for trusting these three, and even though he said he trusts them, he did put a mark on them just in case. He's being extra cautious with that curse mark he put on them, and that curse mark is supposed to blow their heads off if they betray him or something like that. And he didn't use that on Hebeiichigo, so I'm guessing maybe because he views them. It seemed like he started to view them as his friends, like when he told Buntan that he's not gonna let his precious friends get hurt or something like that. So maybe he's just sympathizing with her, with the reasoning for why she attacked him. He's probably sympathizing with her frustration that her sentence wouldn't be lowered that much. It would only be lowered by 5 years or something like that. So I don't know how long her sentence was originally. It was probably like 20 years or something like that. But she was unsatisfied with how her sentence, with how low, with how much her sentence was lowered, and she thought it was a possibility that she could get a complete pardon. Maybe Kagura sympathizes with that. He did tell, I believe he told Kawaki in the last episode that he thinks that people can change and stuff like that. He seemed very optimistic about them. So I don't know. Maybe he's forgiven her, but I mean, it's kind of weird that he has those marks on him and he's not going to use it. Now, granted, she's not necessarily, she kind of is kind of a threat to him because she tried to kill him in his sleep, and she could have tried to kill him when he was fighting, when he was preoccupied fighting Fumuushi. So, I guess we'll see what happens with that. And then at the end of the episode, basically, Akira, one of the Funito, it might have been Fumuushi, came to Akira, and then they basically told Akira that his sister was unconscious and she been hurt in the battle against Kagura. Akira asked who did it, and Fumuushi said Kagura and another. I believe he probably said Boruto as well. And then Akira had this really mad look on his face like he wanted to avenge his sister. So, yeah, this definitely does change some things. I think I did predict that Boruto was gonna be trying to help Akira. That Boruto was gonna try to help Akira, and help Akira basically fight to get out of his clan or something like that. But right now it seems like Akira is gonna join his clan, and the preview is titled "Where I Belong." So it seemed like Akira is gonna go back to his clan, and after being angered by what happened to his sister. And remember, he did have a good relationship with his sister. He said his sister was the only one who understood him and understood him leaving and stuff like that, and she convinced his other brothers to allow him to leave, Asada and Temma. So it seems like he does love his sister, and he pretty much it seems like his sister is his closest family member, even though he thinks that she don't fully understand how he feels. He still loves her, and it seems like that's his closest family member. So maybe he's gonna try to attack Boruto and Boruto. He's probably gonna try to attack Boruto. Well, shall I say Team 7, Team 5, and Team Kagura in the next episode. And we haven't seen his full power yet, but he did. Seiren did basically say she should. Seiren basically said that Akira should be stronger than even Tenma and Asari. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. And yeah, overall, this arc is. I like the way they left the episode off with a cliffhanger about Akira being a cliffhanger showing Akira being very, very mad with that mad look on his face, looking like he wanted to avenge his sister. And he did have a friendship that was a bond that he was building with Boruto and stuff like that. And it did seem like he didn't like didn't want to be a part of his clan. He doesn't like war and stuff like that. But the fact that he's seen his sister injured, that definitely does change some things. And I should have seen that coming, honestly. I didn't necessarily I didn't necessarily see that coming though. As far as Seiren being injured and Akira seeing that, but yeah, that does that definitely does change some things. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what's gonna happen in the next episode. This arc I'm loving this arc so far. It's getting great. There was one episode, like back that episode where they was fighting Tenma, where it was some weird stuff going on. It was some bad writing in that episode that I talked about, the one where they was fighting Tenma. But ever since then, it seems like that the arc has been going smoothly, and they've definitely been doing a great job when it comes to the writing. And this arc is definitely is getting really good. It's getting really good, and I'm really looking forward to where it's going. And I like the fact that we got Team 5 involved in this arc. Hopefully, Metal League gets to get some time to shine. Maybe get a new power up. Maybe he can use the 8 inner gates or something like that. And also, Kawaki, it's always cool having Kawaki involved in anime original episodes because he's a fairly new character in the anime. I mean, he was in the first episode, but he was only in a couple of seconds of the flash forward scene. And then, of course, we had the Kawaki Arc, which is an arc that was adapted from the manga. That's honestly the best arc in the Boruto anime so far. So that was cool, but it's also cool seeing him get involved with the, Hidden Mist Village and the Funato clan. Seeing him get involved in other things in the Shinobi world is very cool. And obviously Team 7 is there as well. It's always cool to have Seiren and stuff like that. And Boruto. So yeah, overall, this was a great episode. And I'm loving the way this arc is going so far. And it was really, really cool. And I can't wait till next week's episode. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the ratings for this episode. So I'm going to give the episode a 10 out of 10 in terms of story, 10 out of 10 in terms of artwork. I didn't notice any problems with the artwork. And 10 out of 10 in terms of animation. I didn't notice any problems with the animation. The story was great, as I already talked about. But anyways, yeah, overall 10 out of 10 episode. And with that being said, if you guys like the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. And would you rate this episode out of 10? And also share the video all over the internet. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Every promise I've been praying for.